Hello everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. This is episode 59. We're continuing on with the DLC. Not with the DLC, with the expansion. That's the correct term for it. First thing in the morning, 7:30. We're here. We had a false start for a stream earlier in the week. It did not go ahead, unfortunately, so I did have to push it back. And we've got a double stream day because it's the weekend, baby. So we're streaming today, we're streaming tomorrow for double back-to-back Shadowbringers. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody. Hope you're having a good weekend. I'm very keen to proceed with the Final Fantasy XIV story today. It's a huge welcoming party here today. Everyone is here. All 2 of you. Last time we went up against Storge, the biblically accurate angel, and there is one more light warden left. So we're going to be checking that one out soon. And then once we've pushed through and have completed the main story of Shadowbringers, the main quest before the patches, we will also be doing some optional things. We'll do some other things. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Completing the level 80 Shadowbringers quest will allow me to finish the Dark Knight questline, which I'm excited about. The final level 80 quest. And I'll be able to do the role quest for the tank soon, among other things. We're talking with the... oh god, Jesus. We're talking to the manager of suites as we are returning to Eulmore. By the way, his face lights up at your approach. The manager of suites has been waiting for you. Ah, Master Ocelot, I trust you had a pleasant rest. While you were ensconced in your chamber, a message arrived for you from the Exarch. He bids you come to the Ocular at your earliest convenience. And sir, wherever your duties may take you next, I shall pray for your safe return. May the night keep you. May the night keep you. Return to Eulmore and go and hang out with Vauthry. He's a really nice guy, isn't he? I realized that I had my different webcam on. Sorry, let me just switch to my second webcam. Oh, actually, it's not doing so well. Never mind. Let me just switch back to my other webcam. When my other webcam's not doing so well. This is why we have 2 at the same time. I think it's because I'm rendering a video at the same time. So my PC is like, oh my god. That's right. That's right. Usually I'm not rendering a video first thing in the morning. But we on that grind. Hey Nihilus, welcome to the stream.
There you are. May I assume you've had your fill of rest?
Yes, everything's fine.
That is well. Now that we are all present, let us speak of our plan. Thus far, we have vanquished 4 Light Wardens, restoring night to much of Northrend. Only one remains, that of Calusia, and with Reen to guide us, I am certain we will find it.
We're so close now. If we can just take care of this one last warden, we'll rob the Sin Eaters of their final foothold and drive them out of Northrend once and for all. It will be a new beginning for the First. A chance for the people to rebuild their world.
In short, a prize worth fighting for.
And in thus delivering the First from destruction, so too shall we unsow the seeds of the 8th umbral calamity.
Or cause it.
Do you hear? Your dreamed of rejoining is in jeopardy. Are you sure you're not tempted to intervene?
You labor under the misapprehension that vanquishing the Sin Eaters is tantamount to saving the world. It is not. In truth, you only delay the inevitable, lengthening your fleeting lives by the smallest of margins. Twould be churlish of me to deny you this small concession, close as we've become. Foolish and misguided though you are not without charm. Each and every one of you is possessed of a noble heart. When the weak want for succor, you do not hesitate to provide it. Alas, your nobility is short-sighted. You think only of the problem in front of your nose. A limitation of your ephemeral existence.
Our lives may seem short and insignificant to the likes of you, but one does not need to be an eternal being to achieve lasting change.
If I may stop you there, I do not claim that we Ascians are special. That is another misconception. In the beginning, everyone lived nigh for eternity. Such was the natural order of things. But like so much else, this was taken from you. You won't object if I borrow your plaything?
Oh shit, it's exposition time. Let's go.
In the distant past, when the world was one and whole, a great calamity threatened all life. It began without warning. The very laws of the star were warped and broken, and chaos swiftly spread throughout the land. Faced with annihilation, we sought to imbue the star with its own will. Thus was Zodiac born, and by his power was order restored. Ere long, however, thankless fools began to fear that Zodiac's might was too great, and so they conjured another to keep him in check. Your own dear Hydaelyn.
And the two beings waged war until, with a single devastating blow, Hydaelyn unmade Zodiac, scattering his being across space and time. So you told us in the Katana Ravel.
Yes. And there began our woes, with Hydaelyn's blow and all that it wrought. As a counterbalance to Zodiac, Hydaelyn was created with the power to enervate her foe. This singular ability strikes not at such banal things as flesh, but everything that defines the target, diluting its existence. For example, were she to strike you, two individuals, identical in appearance yet reduced in all respects, strength, intelligence, the soul itself, all is halved. Do you see? This self-same fate befell not only Zodiac, but the very star.
All of the reflections. The rejoining.
Only 3 were fortunate enough to escape the Sundering, me being one of them. When I beheld the shattered remnants of our home, I knew deepest despair. The inhabitants of these 14 fragments were feeble, frail and foolish, oblivious to their imperfection, ignorant of their past. Malformed creatures thrashing blindly about. Pitiful, disturbing, depressing. So, we took it upon ourselves to rejoin the worlds. But in our eagerness and, I confess, our ignorance, we erred and made a useless void of the 13th. It was only afterwards that we discovered a connection twixt source and shard. A flow of energy that maintains elemental balance. And thus did we arrive at our time-honored modus operandi.
From a purely Ascian standpoint, it could be said that what you seek to do is only logical. But that would be to ignore the immeasurable destruction wrought with each rejoining. You have murdered millions, and this we cannot condone.
By your fragmented existence, you continue to give rise to tragedies far crueler than any calamity. But yes, moral relativism and all that. Case in point, I do not consider you to be truly alive, ergo I will not be guilty of murder if I kill you. Oh, don't look at me like that. You for whom I have only the highest expectations. A vaunted hero of the Source, 7 times rejoined. Long have I awaited one who might brave a path of lesser tragedy. A resilient soul able to endure the necessary pain. I dare to hope that my wait is over. So, finish your task and slay the Light Warden. Make proof of your usefulness, and then we may speak again.
Forgive me, my lord, but this could not wait.
Speak freely, Captain.
Our informant in Colusia sends word of unusual activity in Eulmore. It appears their forces are entrenching themselves at key points throughout the city, making ready for an attack by all indications.
An intriguing use of resources. I rather doubt Lord Vauthry is concerned for the safety of his citizens.
You think he's harboring the Light Warden inside the city walls? Even if he does have some means of controlling the Sin Eaters, wouldn't that be a little risky?
He's got a big one right next to him.
Risky or not, if there is even a chance the Warden is hiding there, we will need to act fast. The longer we wait, the better prepared the Eulmorans will be.
Agreed. See to your preparations then and make for Colusia. God's willing, this hunt will be the last. Let us see it through to the end.
We should begin by assembling in Right. There we may assess the situation in Eulmore and decide how best to proceed.
goddamn scene. That was a heavy scene. Good exposition. Hydaelyn split the atom, and look what happened. All of our reflections coming from a pale reflection of the original with the source, and then you go, yeah, like I get it, man, but also at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that has happened since then. It's this perspective of just like so much more tragedy has sparked in all of these worlds separately across all of time that I can see than in this like event of a rejoining that is also the end of life. But I do not consider you to be alive. It's like that very cold and logical approach to everything that has come after this event is, there's consequences, and that must be corrected. It's crazy. Everything a little bit of a pale reflection. Very well written character, very compelling character, incredible dialogue too. Did my lesson provoke thought, giving rise to further questions? 3 of you escaped the Sundering, but what of those who didn't? Why, their very beings were divided into 14, of course. Yet by our power, we sundered Ascians may raise up one of their fragments to their original office. Ah, but I suppose this in itself bears explaining, so the names by which you know us are in fact not our names. Be it Elidibus or La Habrea or Eulmore, these are all titles of office, and when an office is vacated, it may be filled by another. So it's just like, you're the Attorney General Elidibus. Over the eons, I have overseen several changings of the Guard among our sundered brethren, and in such instances, the vacant title ordinarily goes to another fragment of the self-same soul. While it is by no means impossible to raise up wholly unrelated individuals, 'tis we whose fervent entreaties brought forth Lord Zodiac, whose souls he claimed in the beginning, who make the truest servants. So, potential for like La Habrea and Elidibus and all the and things to return and come back on a reflection out of 14 if they've been like split or sundered. Oh, both of these are really good. What is your true name then? There may come a day when I reveal my true name to you, but this is not it. Of course, you may well die none the wiser, but life is full of such disappointments. I need to know what else you say. So if we were to defeat all the Ascians of the Source, then none would remain to raise up new Ascians, and our kind would eventually fade from existence. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Well, feel free to dream. 'Tis no crime to do so. Okay. Your condition is unchanged. Good. If you can but hold out till the end of the coming battle, I am confident that we will find a remedy for your affliction. Are you sure about that? We've not spoken for a while, have we? Not since the aftermath of the Eater's attack. Rest assured I am fully recovered, and will do my utmost to support you and your fellow warriors of darkness. Something that's interesting is a thought that came to mind, and I'm not sure how closely related it can be, but in regards to Emmett talking about, like, if Hydaelyn were to strike Minfilia, two reflections, right? But then my thought about that is, what is the Crystal Exarch doing? Because we have the bodies of our scions back in the Source. And then we have their souls that got pulled across to the First. So they've essentially been duplicated across worlds as well, in a sense, but I don't know if that's like, I don't know if that's related or not, because we still have the issue of, are we going to be able to return our friends to their original bodies back home? not sure. But we're going alright, baby. We're continuing with the story. And yeah, Vauthry has quite a few Sin Eaters hanging out in his little castle. So it would kind of make sense that another Light Warden would be around here. This aura, what could it be? There you are, Omega. The others have gone ahead to reconnoiter Gate Town. We are to follow shortly. It's been a while, has it not? Since the two of us infiltrated Eulmore? Since we faced Lord Vauthry, and I felt such fury as I've never felt before. His actions were unconscionable, of course, and any abhorrence I felt for him entirely justified. It mingled with my rage. There was something else. At first I was unsure what it was, but in the course of our struggles, I found the answer. In Vauthry's self-righteousness, in his absolute belief that he and he alone is the cure to the world's ills, I saw a reflection of myself, and it brought the memories of all my past follies flooding back. He is the vainglorious, ignorant fool I once was, and having shared in his affliction, I feel duty-bound to open his eyes to the truth. Whether he will accept it with the good grace I did is another question. What is it, Reen? Do you sense the Light Warden? I'm not sure. The aura is different. Perhaps if we were a little closer. It's time we were on our way in any case. Let us join our comrades in Gate Town. Omega, as a precaution, may I ask that you go first to ensure that the path is clear? The closer we are to Eulmore, the more I worry that Reen may be recognized. If you see any prying eyes along the way, pray encourage their owners to look elsewhere. Well, probably gonna have to face off against Ranjit again too, because he'll be in hot pursuit as always. That guy. Speak with the people en route to Gate Town. Tense about how this story will continue to proceed, though. I'm very excited, but scared. With many questions. Delirious youth. Forth. You hail the civilian, but he does not respond and continues his incoherent rambling. I have a feeling that this person that we talked to would be a potential enemy, guys. We've got entranced citizens. Okay. That counts as me speaking with the people in Gate Town. Turns out that there are some entranced citizens. What does that mean? A euphoric youth. Long live Lord Vauthry. Long live Lord Vauthry. I don't know what those previous characters had to say before they turned into enhanced citizens. I'm assuming that's like a hunt or something. Fucking weird frog robot thing. Indomitable. What a name. The biker crew. Alright, what's going on here? Our mission hath begun on a strange note. Confused to join us. I was debating whether to warn you, but it's too late now. I take it you noticed the people behaving strangely along the path? It's more of the same here. Ishtola and LSA are investigating as we speak. Let's wait and see what they have to say. Okay. I'll have some sausage links, thanks. The gears are clearly turning in Urianger's mind. Why don't you ask him what he makes of all this? Feast of Lies. Urianger is trying to make sense of the strange phenomenon afflicting the residents of Gate Town. Yeah, definitely entranced.
Strange. Passing strange. By their behavior, we may safely assume that they are under Vauthry's mind control. Yet the extent of the effect seemeth to vary dramatically between subjects. It is far too pronounced to be attributed simply to the vagaries of innate magical resistance.
Curiouser and curiouser. We met with no trouble en route. My thanks for securing the way. But given the state of the townsfolk, I see we were never in any danger of being recognized.
What can you tell us from here?
I sense a powerful eater in the uppermost reaches of the city. But there's something different about it. Its light is impure. We need to get closer.
Vauthry himself?
Oh, so that one's Alfino. Or unless you're triplets.
Huh? Oh, hello.
Kaishir, what are you doing here?
Welcome back.
While I was scouting the area, I noticed a suspicious figure skulking about. So I accosted him, only to have him call me Alfino. I thought it best to bring him along.
You see, that informant who's been feeding secrets to the Crystarium, it's me. See, after you saved my life in Eulmore, I thought about going somewhere far away, but I couldn't just leave, not without paying you back. So I decided to stay here, keep an eye on things. And whenever I spotted something strange, I shared it with your friends.
That took no small amount of courage. Well done.
I assume you saw what happened here.
Right, so an airship flew in a bit ago, and not long after, Vauthry starts ranting and raving. You could hear him from all the way out here. Geezer was doing his nut, shouting and screaming like someone had nicked his pie.
It is like the airship bore the soldiers sent to thwart our efforts in Armorang.
So eventually the yelling dies down, and then this hot, sticky wind comes blowing through. Now that's when everyone went funny. No, everyone but me. Well, me and a couple of newcomers, though even they started mumbling about Vauthry after a while. Not as bad as the rest, mind you.
Newcomers.
There's something I need Reen to see. This was among the townfolk's food stores.
Dude.
Oh, that's just Meol. Eulmore doles this stuff out.
Yep, and?
No, it couldn't be.
Oh, man.
I know what it is.
It's light water and shit.
It's Sin Eater. Meol is made out of Sin Eater.
So it is. In limited quantities, it may have little effect on an average individual. Yet if one were to consume it regularly, over a period of several years, I suspect it would do far, far more than merely nourish the body.
That Vauthry wieldeth power over sin-eaters is known. Could it be that those who partake of their flesh do thereby render themselves susceptible to his influence? 'Twould serve to explain why the town's newer arrivals succumbed less quickly than those raised on a diet of meal.
He's been rounding up sin-eaters and feeding them to people. Altering them mouthful by mouthful, all to stop them answering back. There are desperate souls out there killing themselves to escape turning. This is unforgivable. An atrocity.
These sin-eaters. What if they are not simply rounded up? Do you remember what we were told when first we came to the city? Many enter, but none leave. Let us put an end to it. To this paradise built upon the bones of the poor. Vauthry's deeds are beyond justification, beyond forgiveness. Evil.
It's highly probable that the Light Warden is waiting for us somewhere in there, and I'm all for going after it. But our enemies know our faces. They know that we are coming, and they will not let us through without a fight. Like it or not, the time for stealth is past. Now, my friend, if you would be so good as to lead the charge.
Okay, sir. Yeah. God damn. That yummy, tasty meal that they come in and feed to the inhabitants. That's crazy. Okay, hey Rain, what's this bread look like to you? Oh my god, get that away from me, it stinks. That's bloody sin-eater excrement. Sin-eater droppings, they're eating them and they don't even know it. They think it's yummy. My heart is gripped by an unshakable sense of foreboding. Let us proceed with all care. Oh, I just realized that we've got to form a party, don't we? Because this looks like we're about to enter either a solo instance or a dungeon. When we step through the gates, we shall find not the place of hedonistic pleasure we remember, but a battlefield. If you are prepared for this, then let us sally forth. Okay, it's a solo duty. Alright. Sorry guys, we're going to disband the party. We are like to encounter Ranjit again. One can only hope he's still licking his wounds. Yet even without him, Eulmore is an eminently defensible city, as you doubtless gleaned during your visit. When I last set foot inside its walls, I almost mistook it for a dear old Limsa, but it is full of unpleasant surprises, all of which is a long way of saying, be on your guard. The uppermost level of the city houses Vauthry's chambers. He must keep the warden close. Okay, so what I'm throwing out here is I think that Vauthry is going to end up being the Light Warden somehow, but also capable of speech. I don't know. This feels like he's got just a whole other level of understanding and control over the Sin Eaters, and if the aura feels different somehow, we'll see. I think that Vauthry is going to end up being the guy that we fight. Meol is Sin Eater? Wicked White? We all scoff the stuff without a second thought. I never got as near as much as the others, but ugh. The bitter greens and bony fish I got by on doesn't seem so bad no more. I'm fine, Omega. Shaking with fury, but fine. Let's go. That Vauthry should so brazenly exert his influence over people bespeaks his desperation. He will not go quietly. Alright, let's fucking go. So this is a solo duty, and I'm pretty sure every single Light Warden we've taken on has been a dungeon. So we'll see.
I can feel it. A dark presence in my domain. Ah! It's them! The villains who would sow chaos in my perfect paradise! Keep them away from me! I command you! Keep them away!
In my perfect paradise.
Long live Lord Vauthry.
Oh! God, the animation work is so good. We're gonna have to slaughter Eulmore's citizens.
Shields. This area is older than Gate Town. There are bound to be far more civilians under Vauthry's control. But they do not act of their own free will, and we must not harm them.
As if we ever would. Press on with Alphino. We'll hold off the civilians and join you as soon as we can.
As if we ever would, even though we killed some entranced citizens in the field. Dude, the animation. That's incredible. Hey, thanks Ryan, thanks for tuning in, dude. I've had a good weekend so far. Hope you have too. Oh my god. Do no more than is necessary to subdue the villains. Citizens, sorry. I can't read. God, there's so many of them. Okay, so Reen and Thancred are gonna hold them back.
May the 12 guide you.
I love all of the Scions being so involved. Me unleashing all of my dark powers against them. Yes, I won't harm them. They certainly won't die by my hand. I'm just tickling them is all. I fear my strength. Behave. Ishtola's commanding authority and disciplinary attitude is so good. Alright. Oriange and Ishtola remain. Alphino's gonna stay behind.
Pay me back later.
Into the tower. The jesters from before. Blue Jungler and Red Jungler. Incredible. Just Alphino and me. Show's over.
I'll break your funny bone.
I'll break your funny bone. was the wrong attack. I did the wrong one.
A gift for you.
Show's over, mate.
I'll break your funny bone. You think this is funny?
Let us climb to the canopy. From there, we will take the crown lift. No, hold on. I must eat egg. Okay, stand behind. Climb to the next level. This place no longer a paradise. Oh shit. Oh, he's already transformed this time. He's going in.
You will find my master in his chamber. But only should you kill me this day. And you will not.
This dude, though, already going into the fight in his transformation from monk to Reaper. Why do you go so far?
You may think me under his spell, but I uphold Lord Vauthry's ideals of my own volition.
That's smart.
Man is an inherently flawed creature. In his vain pursuit of righteousness, he but sows the seeds of future conflict. Thus, have I chosen to place my hopes upon he who has transcended men, upon he who is unbound by the vagaries of conscience. But enough talk. I am a soldier, and you are my enemy. Come, let us settle this once and for all.
Let me tell you just how emotionally charged this fight would be if he was actually someone who killed Thancred last stream instead of him surviving. I'd be beating on this dude's ass with so much emotion. That's taken out of don't take that out of context. Alright? So anyway, I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. And we're fighting Ranjit. And that's all we need to be focusing on right now. Transformation is so cool. Ranjit just looked at Vauthry and was like, I'm really inspired by what you've got going on here, friend. I'd love a bit more of what you're cooking. Just seems like a great idea. See what happens once he takes a few too many blows to the head. Now just stay there. Oh, that was the wrong move. Shit. Oh man. Damn, I pressed the wrong thing instead of arm's length. Oopsie. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. It is time we settled this villain. I am the warrior of darkness, after all. Shattered sky. Facing Ranjit with my actual abilities instead of Thancred's Gunbreaker stuff. Oh, I used arm's length this time. God damn it, I just can't win. It's fine. It's fine. This one, I feel like I only just sit in the radius of one of them. Oh man, well fuck. If you would pass me, you must endure all that I've learned on the battlefield. Okay. Oh yes. Oh, I can attack the serpent heads? None of that. Finish him! Ah, there you are, my precious girls. Interesting. There's more to this story than meets the eye too. This man is a father, potentially? You're right, Omega. We need Ranjit's tragic backstory now. The citizens appear to have calmed down for the moment. I can only assume Vauthry is otherwise engaged. Let's get to the upper level while we can. He did raise all the Minfilias, I do remember that, but I didn't think it would be directly about Minfilias, but that does make sense. So he feels like he's been reunited with them in... Okay. Intriguing. What are you eating, boy? You eating people?
Lord Vauthry! Your reign of tyranny is at an end! For too long you have preyed upon the desperation of the poor. Now you will answer for the suffering you have caused. And if you harbor even a shred of remorse, I beseech you to use your powers to redress the balance for the future of all in Norvrant.
No, it can't be. This is wrong. It's wrong. The Warden, it's not just a Sin Eater. It's a man.
It really did seem so. Oh.
Remorse? For the future of all? What nonsense is this? There is no justice but mine. No future but mine. No will but mine. It is preordained. I was born to deliver this wretched world. Me? Unseated? No. It's impossible. Inconceivable. Absurd. I am a great and wise king. Greatest and wisest. I reign from on high. I will not be brought low by maggots like you! Ah!
Ooh. Transformation time?
Oh, yes. Of course. I can begin again. Rebuild my paradise. Once I finish my dinner.
Oh, yep, get that Meol in you. Here's some of my favorite voice acting in the whole thing. Fork as well?
Oh God, no. Stop him! Thancred, stop him!
Oh! There was more to that after all. I remember we spotted that the first time we saw him on his little chest. The tiny wings, dude! The tiny wings. Oh, it's so comical. So deliciously evil.
Where did he go?
Is he gonna become even bigger? It's gonna be like Oogie Boogie from Kingdom Hearts. where he gets really big and he becomes the whole layer on a...
In the heavens?
What?
Did Vauthry do that?
Damn. All right. Well, that's not what I was expecting. I was expecting to walk outside and he'd be like, just fucking like, "Roar!" Just huge man. We must give chase.
Wait! That is Mount Gulg, the highest peak in Calusia. It lies on the other side of a sheer cliff, and much as I wish it were otherwise, it is beyond our reach for now. But even if it weren't, there are people here who need our help.
Oh, Alphino.
Please, even if it's only to tend to their wounds.
You don't need my permission.
Thank you.
I don't know if it will work, but if Vauthry's hold over the people is rooted in light, I might be able to reverse its effects. Will you let me try?
Of course. We'd be grateful for any help you can provide.
Well then, if it's decided, let's all get to work.
A little bit of a light exorcism. Get that Meol out of their veins. Vauthry is nuts, dude. Every time he's on screen, he just has such a commanding presence of the whole cutscene. His voice acting is just incredible. No, 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 no. And damn. Good news, Omega. It would seem that Reed is indeed able to reverse the effects of Vauthry's influence. Even as we speak, she tends to the afflicted in turn, the problem being, there's no end to them. We're trying to provide what relief we can to those who are waiting. We would appreciate your help if you're willing. Indeed. You can now attune to the Aetheryte in Eulmore. There we go. We can finally lay claim to this beautiful crystal. So what about all these people that are vendors behind the desks here? What do they think of everything that's just gone on here? I reckon they have to save themselves. It's alright. You're safe now. What happened? This is absurd. I was meant to have nothing to fear while in Eulmore. Interesting. I tire of this place. Come. Yes, my lady. What a beautiful and peaceful place. Everybody feels so happy. Whatever's going on, it's not my problem. Okay. Paradise Fallen. Now would be the perfect time to do my role quests. Interesting. You think so? role quests, like, I guess, tend to take place throughout the course of the Shadowbringers campaign, and we're sort of approaching kind of it. Well, we're still at level 77, so we haven't reached the level 80 quest yet, but what do y'all think? Game will make you do them sooner or later anyway? Yeah, I know this isn't the finale because it's level 77. I know. Okay. Well, I haven't picked up the tank role quest yet because I was on my Dragoon previously. So I gotta go back. I gotta go talk to our tank, so we'll do that role quest. I suppose we could do role quests on stream, considering that if the game will make us do them anyway. Because I was originally thinking of doing them in separate recorded videos. That's why I was pondering that for a while. It's the pendants, isn't it? Ah yes, talking to grandson. The tall dark stranger is regarding you with a mixture of curiosity and approval. The man with too many scars. Can't say I've chatted with you before. Think I'd remember if I had. Seen your fair share of fighting, have you? And wary besides. Rest assured I've no secret designs. Name's Grandson. Bounty hunter by trade, mostly sin-eaters. When I first laid eyes on you, I had a feeling you were a tough bastard. The sort that must get mistaken for that warrior of darkness folks have been talking about recently. That right? Yeah, absolutely. Easy, killer. Couldn't care less who you are or what you've done. The only thing I'm looking for these days is a like-minded partner. Someone willing to join me in the hunt for the biggest prize this side of Norvrot. Prize, you say? Thought that'd grab your attention. Chaosine's the fiend I'm after, one of the so-called cardinal virtues, as folks are wont to call them. Former warriors of light, the esteemed heroes who saved the realm a century ago. Dear old Brandon was one of them, I'm told. Stop me if you've heard all this before. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Anyway, like his comrades, Brandon died in the process, only to return relatively recently as a sin-eater. The better to torment we few who survive their mercy. Needless to say, I aim to put an end to all that. The previous warriors of darkness have been reborn as sin-eaters, the ones that were taken by, absorbed by Minfilia at least, or just one of them. You've heard the pitch, so what's the answer? You interested in hunting Chaosine with me? Not a whit of hesitation. I like you, sinner. Nevertheless, I'll need you to humor me and prove you're the dab hand I think you are, for my sake as well as yours. I've heard reports of stray eaters drifting close to the Crystarium. Come with me and put my mind at ease. I say we do it. Let's go and we'll do the role quests for the tank, and we can probably do the role quests for other ones on stream as well, and we can do that with each expansion as they come through. Obviously I'm working towards leveling characters so I can do all the role quests. That's why we were doing it. So I can do DPS and tank at the moment, and then there's healer, and then I think that there's one that's required for being ranged as well. So I cannot fly here. Where are we? We're in Lakeland. Okay, there's a quest here that I haven't done. And I don't know if it's tied to role quests. I could unlock Sage just to play the role quest for healer. That is true. I guess that's like the easy thing of like the later jobs. But I'll be doing separate pre-recorded videos for all the jobs. So I'll pick up Sage and record the quest line at some point. There you are. Very good. The Sin Eaters we're after were sighted west of the Ascensor Gate, so we'll need to head through there before we begin our search. Oh, and if you happen to have any objections to killing Eaters for sport, remember that many were once innocent people. You'll be doing them a favor, putting them out of their misery. Stand watch for the Sin Eaters. No, I'm missing one quest in this area, apparently. Looking at the list, there is one missing. And if I look on the map, can I see any blue outside of the role quests? So I'm not sure what one it is. Potentially I have to complete a quest elsewhere that will then bring the quest into this location. Good, clean work. This is clearly not your first time. Let's do this once more just to confirm it wasn't a fluke, though. Besides, the world could do with less Sin Eaters. Follow me. It shouldn't be much further. Could start in the Crystarium. If I picked it up, the quest marker, if this was still on the, like, relevant to the location, would be on the map. anything for it. Yeah, that'll do. You're exactly the sort of man I've been looking for, and thank the gods for that. My apologies for subjecting you to such a silly test, but I'd rather not have an amateur's death on my conscience. So let's head back to the Wandering Stairs to make this official, shall we? Back to the Crystarium. So, just make sure you're still keen on our arrangement. Omega, will you join with me and hunt the dread fiend to Chaosine and put an end to his accursed existence? Indeed. Excellent. Then it is settled. Now, every hunt begins with an investigation, and ours is no exception. The Chaosine can be a rather difficult eater to pin down. But before we commence ours, we should do well to attend to our respective preparations. Let me know when you are ready to proceed. The man with too many scars. Alright, well, I'm going to look up ether currents in Lakeland, and we will see, guys. So there's 5, and I'm missing 1. Job well done is the one in the Crystarium. There it is. It is right there. It's right there. Alright, thanks, Mobius. Pick up a job well done. So it's a little bit tricky when the game does this shit to you, because you're like, I need my ether currents in a specific location, but then it's started in another location. Then it's also hidden in this room with Heggie. Heggie is looking for someone to make a delivery to Fort Job. Hail, sinner. Might this old woman impose upon you to travel to Fort Job in her stead? My son, Chathwick, is with the guard out there, and I have a package for him that wants delivering. Go myself. My knees simply aren't up to the task. Baby, look. Baby. I don't think we've ever seen a baby in this game. Baby. To Fort Jep. Shathwick, hello. A package. Oh, food from Mother. Everyone will be so pleased. Her last letter mentioned how distraught she was to hear that members of the Guard had given their lives at Holminster Switch, and how touched that so many more risked themselves to protect it. But of course, she would be. Our whole family is from there, after all. I expect that she wanted to express her feelings by preparing food for us. She does that. Wait a moment. You were at Holminster Switch too, weren't you? I saw you in the front lines. I knew it. I don't think I could ever forget the sight of you, facing down eater after eater without ever once flinching. It's not just me. You're an inspiration to all of us. Here's an idea. If you pass these out to the rest of the Guard, I'm sure they'll all be awestruck. This dude is very clever because he's very quick at thinking on his feet. That he went, man, I'm a bit tired. I kind of don't want to go and take this food to everyone. I know. You. People like you. You do it. You there, champion, warrior of darkness, warrior of light, whatever they call you these days. How would you fancy being an Uber driver for a little bit? DoorDash these fellows some food, will you? Be a good chap. Roll, Dodd. Have this bloody sandwich, will you? You have my thanks for this, of course, but also for the battle. Remember you well. Though we lost many, it would have been many more without your aid. Baby Bjorn. Food, thank you. May I just say, it's a true honor to have you here. Your bravery on the field will not soon be forgotten. Grimcog. Wicked White, you're him. You were there in the middle of it all, strong as 100 men. A bulwark against the tide of eaters that threatened to overwhelm us. And now you've brought me a sandwich. That's the best one. And now, after all of that, you've brought me a bloody sandwich. I could kiss you. Ah, yes, the first side quest of Final Fantasy XVI. Aye, mate, I run a tavern here and my waiter's not showed up to work. Can you deliver these 3 meals to the patrons? Joanric. Sandwich. Ha! Chathwick's mother made this. That's the best news I've had in days. Her cooking is excellent. I'm sorry that we couldn't save their home, but at least the whole family made it out alive. Wow, Joanric, you didn't say how cool I am about being a warrior or something. I'm taking that sandwich back. I worked hard for this ether current. I apologize for asking such a trifling task of you, but we lost a lot of people on that battlefield. Anything that might raise morale is well worth trying. And I thought that if they admire you, even as half as much as I do, well, in any case, for my sincerest gratitude, I saved my favorite portion of the food for you, so please take it along with my thanks. Ah, the grilled rail. Wonderful. I understand the movement of the winds. We gotta find one more in Armorang, and then we also have to do 3 more quests in Kalusia and find 3 more in Kalusia. We've done a great job there. Clearly. Anyway. let's go back to the Crystarium. Head back to the bloody Crystarium to continue doing the tank roll quests. Grandson is eager to take to the road. All set to embark on our great hunt, Omega. And let us be about it. Before you ask, I've no intention of leading us out into the wilds without even an inkling of Dikaiosin's whereabouts. Norvrant may not be a particularly large realm, even before the Flood, but it'd take us a dozen lifetimes to scour every nook and cranny. So we'll start by asking around a place I know for a fact Dikaiosin has attacked before, the village of Reich in Calusia. While I don't have a reason to believe he will return, I'd like to think that the survivors might know something of value. After all, you can be sure that they haven't forgotten the day the bastard came through. So let us be off then. Indubitably. Let us head to Reich. Bonded servant, what are you doing here? Just gonna go pick this up real quick. I believe in you. It's northeast. God damn it. So it's like... Oh, it's in an area... It's probably going to be more to... I gotta go up the elevator. It doesn't account for height. I feel like, because ether currents are usually on the story path, so I almost expect that we might end up heading up this way at some point. Can we not go up the lift? We can't go up the lift manually. Hey, someone wanna fly me up there, please? Anyone wanna fly me up there? No, let me that. Ah! I'm just gonna go on a cliff and pick up an ether current. It's fine. You're not my real mom. I'm gonna get this ether current, whether I want it or not. We're doing well. I'm just hanging out on cliff edges, guys. It's fine. And there's big, hugging, defective Talos up here too, that are different to the ones that we've seen before. Oh, it's gonna be like, boop, right there. To the north. Damn it. Wasn't right on the tip. Oh, that's yeah. That's why we're not supposed to be here, because we are going to be heading this way, guys. Why didn't you guys tell me that? No, don't worry, Cat's Paw. You're my favorite because you listened to me. Now I have my ether current. Hee. Oh, guys, 890 to the northeast. Shall we continue? Alright, I'll get the other ones later. Ah! Oh, damn it. I was really hoping that I could, but I guess that's too high. Oh, if only some brave adventurer would allow me to ride in their flying car. And then I'm trapped. I love that everyone says that as if I can't just travel to a crystal. Thank you so much, Callum. Mercury, you're not trapped. You can crystal. Crystal travel. Welcome to Right. I reckon it might not seem like much to you, but to me. Never mind. We'll save that conversation for after. Tracking down Decaocene is what matters right now. Let's split up and ask after the bastard. Better odds of turning up useful information that way, I'd wager. Alright, does someone want to go save Mercury? Because apparently they're trapped. I got an ether current and the cost was Mercury. Sorry, you're now needing to remain there until we can progress. That was the cost, I'm sorry. Every time I do something I'm not supposed to, one of my party members has to remain there forever. Huh? Where did you come from? What do you want with me? Decaocene, that thrice damned eater that's been the spitting image of Gulgent Night. That Decaocene. I can't help you. All I know is that when he came, Wicked White, if you had seen the carnage, you would... I'm sorry, can't talk about this. Did I continue that blue quest that started as an ether current here? No. I think that it was mentioned that is potentially the quest line for the society quest of this region. But I left them alone. That was the, or was that, no, that was the Reaper quest line potentially as well. I forget. It was either Society or Reaper, Galleon was saying. It was like that guy that couldn't get over the fact that his the people had died and was living in his own fantasy world. Is that the quest line you're talking about? think it came up at some point that it may have been the Society quest, but it may have also been the Reaper quest. Or is it just a story? Is it just a story? Yes, I know there's the Gatherer, the Crafter, and the Fighter quests. Skittish Villager. Ah, what? What do you want with me? The Sin Eater? The one that came and killed everyone? Oh gods, is he here? Then why are you talking about him? Oh, I knew I should have stayed inside. There's nothing but death out here now. Death and horror and eaters and... Ah! No luck, grandson. Well, learn anything worth sharing? Nothing worth sharing today, discount Mobius. I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. What we saw that day, what he did to us. There's no moving on from that. What exactly happened here? Well, I was planning to tell you the whole story eventually, but I suppose now is as good a time as any. Mobius is much cooler than grandson. Mobius is the cool grandson. That's how it is. I was born and raised in Wright. Lacking any real prospects, I eked out a living as a hunter. Might have tried my hand at something more exciting had I not also been trying to provide for the love of my life, Melinda. It was about a year ago that she accepted a commission from this Eulmoran trader. The bloke dealt mostly in antiques, and he had this bracelet in need of restoration. Bloody old with a questionable provenance, but supposedly it once belonged to royalty or some such. The Fangs of Orthus, he called it. Me and her had been talking about tying the proverbial knot, buying land, building a home, that sort of thing. Around here that might not take much, but it was still a lot more than we had. So when the trader made it his offer, she didn't hesitate to say yes. I'd gone down to the shipyards to pick up extra tools and materials needed for the work. Quality stuff, but it had paid for itself 10 times over. When I got back to Wright... Oh, damn. The Chaosine had been busy. I spied at least a dozen newborn eaters fluttering about, trying to make sense of their new lot. The grandmother who lived next door and shared the fruits of her orchard with us. The gruff woodsman who'd brought firewood to our doorstep in the dead of winter. Both of them reduced to mindless fiends, just like that. There wasn't time to mourn or to think. I started looking for Melinda. And then there she was, alive and well. Our eyes met, and we knew it was going to be alright. We ran for each other, and... even now, a year later, it doesn't feel real. One moment she was there, right there in front of me, and the next she was... The Chaosine knelt and took the Fangs of Orthus and left, leading a host of Sin Eaters out of Wright. But Melinda... I still couldn't see her as anything else. She wouldn't budge. She just hovered there and stared, waiting for me to end it. Well, I could never say no to her, not once in the years we'd been together. For all the time she'd welcome me home with a bowl of hot stew, all the time she laughed at my crude jokes and gave me counsel when I was losing my way. For all that and more, I killed her. The worst part is that we know that when someone turns to being a Sin Eater, there's still a part of them that's still in there and aware, because that happened, you know? We witnessed that. I swore then and there I'd have my vengeance. The Chaosine would die by my hand. I carved these scars in my flesh to mirror the ones he left on my soul, an enduring reminder of the vow that I never dare stray from the path. He gave himself the Squall Leonhardt face scar that teenage me was obsessed with. So that's very valid. There. All done. No need to wallow in it. Wouldn't want my tragic yet trite tale to put you off our hunt. Still with me to the end, sinner? That's the spirit. Still, I've some unfinished business here, so if you could give me a moment before we resume, I would be most grateful. Grandson would like nothing more than to leave right behind. Sorry to have kept you waiting, sinner. I'm sure you're eager to get back to it, as am I. Trouble is, in your absence, I failed to turn up any information as to the whereabouts of Ascian. There is but one line of inquiry I've yet to pursue. The fangs of Orthus. The bracelet my beloved was supposed to restore, and that the Eater took with him when he left Right. Sin-Eaters are mindless fiends, driven only by base instinct. Everyone knows that. They've no need for worldly possessions. Yet Ascian took the bracelet away, which can only mean that there's something unique about this particular antique, while the sinless bastard's somehow different from the rest of his ilk. Either way, I think we need to learn more about the fangs of Orthus, and I know just the man to ask, the Eulmoran trader who commissioned Melinda's services. Much as I'd like to question him myself, though, I don't think that's an option. Even though Ascian's attack a year ago is common knowledge, I doubt the trader will believe that an Eater stole his precious trinket. He's more likely to accuse me of theft and have me clapped in irons. So I'm afraid you'll have to go in my stead, Omega. Melinda said he was a regular at the Beehive, so try looking for him there first. If he's even alive at this point. Speak with the industrious trader in Eulmore. It's a good thing that we can travel there. Alright. The Beehive. Thank you very much, Philippe. That is very smart of you. Stoller is chilling out in the Beehive. What are you doing here? So this was how the citizens lived. The Eulmoran dream. They were in for quite a rude awakening. Stoller. Look. Stoller. Hang on a sec. So I removed my invisible stuff, didn't I? Hey, Stoller. Hold on a sec. I'm stripping. I'm stripping. Stoller. Everyone get out of the way. This is for Stoller only. I don't know how to... There's no pole dancing allowed. Can I interact with the pole? Situational dance move. There we go. There's definitely an emote for strip, guys. Very impressive. Get your clothes back on. At the industrious trader. And to what do I owe the pleasure that is your company? I see you stripping and dancing on stage. Now you approach me, a man of industry? The fangs of Orthus, you say? Very interesting. I should be glad to tell you everything that I know, under the assumption that should you recover it, you will see it return to its rightful owner at once. I purchased the bracelet from a traveling peddler who claimed it was a relic of Vobert, that glorious kingdom that fell with the flood like so many others. He spoke true, from what I could tell, and I intended to sell it to a collector here for a tidy profit, after having it properly restored by an artisan in Rite. Alas, she was one of several casualties of a Senator attack, during which the Thangs of Orthus mysteriously vanished. I have, of course, been keeping in touch with several contacts on the off chance that the thief might attempt to sell it. They have not, regrettably, but a piece of similar design did recently surface in Mordsuk, I'm told. I was planning to dispatch an agent to investigate, but you seem more than capable of fulfilling that role. As for incentive, you may be assured that any information that aids me in the acquisition of the Fangs of Orthus or similar relics will be well rewarded. Okay, we're going to Grandson, and then we're going to Mordsuk. So, what did our industrious patron have to say? So he thinks it was stolen, eh? Just as well. We'd probably not know where to head next if it wasn't for his distrusting nature. If this piece of similar design is related to the Fangs of Orthus, then it might attract Chaosine's attention, assuming it hasn't already. Let's go. Traveling, traveling, traveling. Armorang, and in Armorang we do have an ether current to track down, actually. So I'm going to do that now. Out to the northeast. We should have already picked this one up, so this was definitely one that we just forgot to collect. How did we not grab that? How did we not get this? That's crazy. I gotta hand in my gaming license. I can fly. Fine weather we're having today in Mordsuk, isn't it? No such thing as a thing without value. That's the creed of these folk. You'll find no shortage of Vobertite trinkets here. Finding the right one, on the other hand, is the challenge. I say divide and conquer as before. It is nighttime Armorang. Darkness! Jinzin. Hello. Well met, well met. How may I be of service to you? I want one of those worms you got that are all wriggly and such. Oh, a choker that once belonged to Verbotite royalty, you say? If only I had such a remarkable treasure in my possession. But no, I do not. In all my years here, I have never even heard of someone unearthing such a thing. Yes, do you have business with me, traveller? Ah, the Verbertite choker. Is that what all this fuss is about? Then you're in luck, for my husband is yet to sell it. Once he realized how valuable it was, though, he insisted on carrying it with him at all times. If you're not willing to wait for him to return, you could try to find him at the ruins where he's scavenging for relics. They're not far. Let us traverse. What news, friend? Ah, to think it was that easy. You've the luck of the Fae. We need to hurry. If my theory is correct, then so long as that scavenger has the choker, he's a target for Ascian. Let's go. My flying motorcycle. Hello? Hello? Quest. Mercy! Mercy! Jesus Christ, well there he is. Take whatever you want, but please don't kill me. I have a family. Okay. Please, I beg of you. Ooh. I've got to go and deliver some bad news to your wife. That's fucked. Why is this man like a crow? Why is he gathering shiny things and then doing his Organization 13 exit? No. Please. Please. Oof, and they're begging for death immediately, bro. At least they didn't have to make me watch the transformation. It feels strangely emotional when you're slaying a beast like this, when there's no battle music and it's just to the normal world theme, because it's just sad putting it down instead of it being, you know. I feel like the piano is much more appropriate. Let's go and rendezvous with grandson. Oh yeah. Are we gonna go and deliver the bad news to the brand new widow? Like, I am so sorry. Shame you missed the fun. This one bit off more than he could chew. Probably because it was a newborn. You can tell by the lingering vestiges of intelligence and self. You can see it in their eyes, like when Ascian... don't tell me. You saw him? Wicked White, and he took the choker too? Damn it. Damn it all. He can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. It's just like, right, I was too late to save him, just like I was too late to save her. Not again, never again. I'll hunt you to the ends of the world, Ascian. Vengeance will be mine. Right, yes. Neither the time nor the place more eaters could be about. It's just, every time I cut one down, it reminds me of my first. Of her. This is the completion of the quest. Okay. He better be... Wait a minute. Oh. Wait a minute. He better be right in front of the woman, right? By himself? We may have failed to stop him this time, but what matters is that we'll both live to see another day. Pity the scavenger didn't, and the wife doesn't yet know she's become a widow. Sod it. I'll tell her what happened. I've been there, so maybe it'll help me find the right words. Not that there ever are any. Afterwards, I'll have a good think about our next step. Don't let me keep you from your other affairs, Omega. We'll speak again soon. I was gonna say, because I was like, bro, are we really gonna, like... Are we gonna go through the rest of this without even, like, being the bearer of unfortunately bad news? So I guess at least they acknowledge this, like, I will tell. I think that the Hume Traveler was only a temporary NPC of this area then, too, because they're not even here. And I guess that's probably why. The princess and her knight. Hey there, sinner. I broke the bad news to the widow of that scavenger while you were away. She took it about as well as you'd expect. After she cried herself hoarse, I started asking about her about the choker and where her husband had got it. Seems he and his mates took a trip to Eulmore a year or so back, hoping to cart off all the verbertite treasures they could carry from an untouched ruin they'd learned about, of course. In their greed, they neglected to account for the Fey folk who'd killed or drove mad most of them. Those who survived didn't come away empty-handed, though. In fact, they stumbled upon a remarkable find, 3 secret treasures of the royal family. They escaped with 2, the Fangs of Orthus being one of them, which was sold by another scavenger to a Eulmoran. Either that merchant you met at the Beehive or an agent of his, I'd wager. So the merchant gives it over to Melinda for restoration, after which Ascian attacks Wright, presumably because he's after it as well. Meanwhile, the scavenger here in Mordsuk keeps the choker, the Eyes of Orthus, locked away for safekeeping, and when he finally decides to sell it, the sinless bastard shows up again. So I suppose we should go to Eulmore, where he may potentially be hunting down the 3rd piece for some reason. Which brings us to the here and now. Damned if I know why, but at this point there's no denying that Ascian's been hunting the royal relics. And so, assuming he hasn't already claimed to the 3rd one, the Claws of Orthus, then I say we should get our hands on it first and use it to lure him out of hiding. But to that end, we'll have to venture into the Fairy Kingdom ourselves. Those scavengers didn't receive the warmest welcome, and we're not like to be treated any better. I've travelled to Eulmore before. Have you now? The little devils let you go. I can only assume they've taken a liking to you. That settles it then. We'll head to Eulmore and ask about this verbertite ring. There you go. So it kind of feels better. I mean, if you want to rush through in one go the role quest, it seems that it is much better for you to wait until you've discovered a lot of the core locations. But there are still locations that we haven't finished, so I'm not sure if we're able to even finish the role quest. It might be like, we have to wait until you get near to that mountain. So grandson, you're already here. Had no trouble, did you, with the fairies? A remarkably uneventful trip. I kept jumping at shadows, waiting for eaters or foul demons or worse to attack. Though that might be preferable to the Fae, frankly. Still, we're going to have to deal with them eventually if we're going to find this ring. After all, the Numo were part of the vber society. Without their help, I'm not sure we can even begin our search. Perhaps there's a village of some sort you can guide us to. Well, there's Plaeni. Plaeni, eh? Very well. Lead on, sinner. I never sort of accepted that being my nickname, bro, but he really wants that to stick so bad. Like, is it cool if we have a different one? Where am I going specifically? Dane Ken! Something about your demeanor bespokes a question unasked. Have I the right of it? A ring that belonged to the royal family of vber, but it was called the Claws of Orthus. But Vobert is long gone, as are the caretakers of the ring you seek. Who can say where it might have got to? Thank you, very cool. Lalaul. Oh, hello there. You have questions for me? The Claws of Orthus. It is a ring, you say. The name I have heard before, but I know nothing save that. Oh, Su'ul served the royal family before the flood. Somewhat temperamental they are, but surely they will have the knowledge of this treasure you seek. Just have a conversation or three, learn anything interesting? Bloody loud footsteps on that one. So this Su'ul is the one we ought to speak with, eh? Former servant of the royal family, which would mean they've lived well over a century. Bugger me. Wide lad. They return. I do not know you, yet you seem to know me. Oh damn, we're having an echo moment. The fifth was discovered yesterday. A young girl not yet of age, transformed into a misshapen beast like the others before her. Damn. Hello, Brandon. As if we needed more proof of a pattern. At this rate, any citizen could be next. Tell me you at least learned something from this one. Tadric. I studied her remains myself. 'Twas plain a powerful magic had been employed. Vestiges of the enchantment lingered long after. The culprit, I think, is not a man to be trifled with. That is all I can say for now, but you may rest assured that I will ascertain their identity ere long. On my honor as court mage, I swear it. Until I do, however, I would implore you and your fellow knights to dispatch any who turn or show signs without hesitation. These are our kith and kin. Should we not try to keep them alive until a way to reverse their transformation can be found? Your mercy would place countless others at risk. As a knight of Vobert, did you not vow to serve all her people? Justice for the weakest among us, was it not? How many innocents will die before you do what must needs be done? Pains me deeply, Brandon. The safety of the royal family is paramount. I fear that to take anything less than the most drastic measures would be to invite death into this castle. Death is already here. Surely you must see that. Yep, that's definitely what she sounds like. Death is here! The question mark voice from off screen. It's a gamble. What voice are we going with? What do they sound like? They sound like that. I will not let it be whispered that Princess Soldia turned a blind eye to her people's suffering. These crimes are a tragedy that weighs upon every Verbertite's soul, mine most of all, and that is why I will take charge of the investigation myself. My lady, be reasonable. You cannot put yourself in harm's way. You have a responsibility to your subjects. So I am to gamble with their lives instead? Let them shield me while I alone take shelter and look down on them from on high? Yes, exactly. You are their princess. You are Brandon, yes? The new recruit? A rather promising one from what the captain has told me. You will attend me personally. My lady! You heard me. I will not stand idly by when I have the power to make a difference. Together we will see justice done for all, as your vow and your princess demand. Lady Soldia, I understand. Forgive me my hesitation. My life and sword are yours to command. I have great expectations for you. I trust you will not disappoint me. Right. There's no telling when our culprit will strike again, so we must begin our investigation at once. There are witnesses to be questioned, clues to be gathered. Come. Come. Now, Lady Soldia! Lady Soldia! You've ever the stubborn child. I wish you the best of luck, Brandon. You will need it and more. Hey, are you alright? You're just really disassociating there. The way you were holding your head, as if racked by a terrible pain. What happened to you just now? Lady Soldia, you saw her with your mind's eye, then it is as I suspected. You have the gift too. You are like Brandon. What do you mean he's like Brandon? Why have you come to me? What is it that you seek? I see. And for this hunt of yours to have come to Eulmore in search of the claws of authors. I am afraid this is no simple matter. First, I would know that you are capable of facing the eater that you seek. There's a spot in a river not far from here which I used to bathe until a number of beasts grew equally fond of it. If you are the warrior you claim to be, they should pose no challenge whatsoever. I wish to get my bathing spot back. Please help. As for you, I have questions. Right on. Travel to Wolkdorf. And before I stand watch for the wild beasts, just going to take a quick bathroom break, and then we can proceed. Get back to it. Watch for some beasties. Mutant. The beasts are no more, then? Good, good. I hadn't the heart to do it myself, for they were no ordinary beasts, but old friends who had survived the flood, victims of the curse you heard us speak of in your vision. So this curse transforms people into monsters, like how sin-eaters can spawn more of their own kind. I will speak no more of this or other matters until after you have completed the task I set before you. This is not negotiable, grandson. Omega accepted my terms, and so must you. So secretive, the both of you. Can't we all just speak plain? Your comrade refuses to acknowledge his situation. This may take time, but I am patient. Indeed, I have dealt with many a stubborn child in my life. Okay. Why can we not simply speak plain? The hardened heart. Sul-Ul seems rather more pleased to entertain you than grandson. And some paella. Exemplary timing, Omega. 'Twas not more than a moment ago that grandson returned, having at last obliged my humble request. Humble request my arse. This one's no better than a Eulmore, an aristocrat, so accustomed to making others do their bidding, I tell you. There's something off-putting about taking orders from a dog. Ere you continue and give me cause to reconsider aiding your hunt, perhaps you should ask your questions. Fine. Omega said he saw a vision of you and Brandon looking thick as thieves. Your friends, eh? Know what he's up to now? Brandon is dead. He died a century ago, together with his comrades, in an attempt to halt the flood they themselves set in motion. I presume you speak of that eater that took possession of his corpse. To Chaosine, eh? But unlike most eaters, he's been doing more than roam about aimlessly. For some reason, he's been hunting down royal treasures of old Vobert. And he's been killing anyone who got in his way. Is he now? What irony. Even in death, he remains a slave to duty, a knight brave and true. He's a murderer. I'll not hear it said otherwise. He ruined my life, killed my beloved right before my very eyes. Every night I go to bed dreaming of the day I'll take my revenge. Oh, I see. Truly, you have suffered a terrible loss, but while your thirst for vengeance is quite natural and understandable, it is ultimately misguided. Unusual behavior notwithstanding, Chaosine is nevertheless no more than an eater. To hate him is to hate the sea that claims the ship, the disease that steals the child, the tremor that topples the home, the mindless force of nature that begets destruction, driven by fragmented memory. Don't you dare make excuses for him. You think I wanted any of this? I grew up on a farm, I could barely wield a sword, and now I've got to kill one of the bloody cardinal virtues. Hate and anger and vengeance are all I've got now. My every waking moment is dedicated to plotting his death. It has to be. It has to be. So just tell us where the god's damn ring is and we'll be on our way. This is how it has to be, Who you have to be? Nay, I think not. You ask too much, demand far, far too much, and in exchange for what? This I cannot abide. Are you trying to barter with me, you little shite? Tell me what I want to know or I'll beat it out of you. Back off, Omega. I won't let anyone or anything stand between me and Melinda's murderer. Brandon was a dear friend. To know that an eater disgraces his flesh and his memory pains me more than I can well express. It would bring me great comfort if you were to grant him peace. I should like to share with you a story. If you would be so kind as to join me in Ligia. Ligia had better have a point. So grandson is for sure like a dark knight, right? In terms of his warrior or tank job. He's gotta be. Just a couple of kindred spirits, these two dark knights. have that Dark Knight aesthetic. You got that Dark Knight outfit on. He's dressed more similar to Frey. So we could I can't even view it. Yeah, Frey's outfit is very similar. Level sync. Okay. Level sync is in effect. Tis beautiful, even now, a place of forgotten dreams. Before it was Lea Gia. In the time of Vobert, it was Grunus Licht. The memory of mine in which you walked was a troubled time, and the people of our kingdom were preyed upon by an ambitious fool. This is very interesting because what we're seeing is when we were in the Echo, Sul-Ul was there, that other guy was there, and then Brandon was here. And now, in the future, a century later, we're in the same positions. Brandon, then a young knight who had only just won his spurs, had caught the eye of Princess Soldia, who chose him as her personal guardian. However, he was far too inexperienced. He was unable to keep her safe when she ventured outside these walls on one of her investigations. For his failure, he was stripped of his knighthood, and shortly thereafter, he quit Vobert. I thought I would never see him again. The crew? Oh my god. Look at this little beard going on here. I didn't even realize that. Because it's interesting to see them at earlier points, I suppose. But then, one day, he returned, one of several wandering adventurers led by a man named Ardbert, who had accepted our invitation to look into the mysterious transformations, which had continued unabated in Brandon's absence. Note that he was like the only one that couldn't look Sul-Ul in the eye, and everyone else was looking at him. Lady Soldia was overjoyed. And for a time, it was like nothing had changed. We spoke often. We grew even closer. And then came the day when we learned the truth. When we learned that the architect of our kingdom's suffering was none other than the court mage, Tadric. It's him, Brandon. I'm sorry. So am I. Come, let's have done with it. Dude, that's such a, it's very interesting having, the facial markings on the skin be kind of reminiscent of facial hair. It was you, Tadric. Do not deny it. Tormenting our people, twisting and transforming them into monsters. And for what? Brandon. And after I took such pains to be rid of you, I literally look evil. You may strip me of my titles, but not my oaths. I shall serve Lady Soldia till my dying breath. As you like. Once I have killed you and your friends, there will be no one left to stop me from claiming the throne. Hear me, my children. The hour of reckoning is at hand. Rejoice, for in noble sacrifice shall you find everlasting glory. Ooh. Lord Tadric, it hurts. Soon you shall know no more pain. I literally look evil. Jesus. I was gonna make it quick, for old time's sake. Now I think I ought to take my time. Dude, the fucking solo duty is in an echo fight as the Warriors of Darkness? What the fuck? Oh, that's so sick. Relive Brandon and Ardvert's battle against Tadric? Oh my god, okay. What the fuck? That's so cool! Oh my god. It's absolutely so amazing how this game does this shit now. Ever since the end of Stormblood. That's so cool. I don't have grit. So I can't like get the attention of everyone. I've got a HP restoration. Paladin. The idea to have like solo duties where you play as other characters is so amazing, and it allows people that are maybe maining one particular class to get an exposure to another character or class, and maybe it'll intrigue them enough to pick it up and level it. So this is my first time being a paladin, so there's healing, there's fight or flight. Gotta learn all this shit on the go. Transmuted traitor. Oh my god, it's a mind flayer. So I should be paying attention. I'm sorry. I was supposed to go to this guy. Oh, he's fucking dead. Heal. Oh no. Oops. So that's my first time being a paladin. It went very well. I was too busy looking at the mind flayer. Man, you get this, like, it's just so cool. It really is. This, like, yeah, we keep getting, like, new updates to what they can do with things like this. So it's the fact that you also get to do solo duties as other characters, but then you'll also get into a situation where we can now also do fights within echoes as well. It just keeps opening new realms of possibilities. Because now we can do flashback fights if we want. This game could give us that. Tadric the Vainglorious. This wasn't the deal. So... Fence. interrupted. There's so many of them. Hardbird, I need you to do that thing you did where you took out all of them. I can't interrupt that, can I? Jesus. Still so many more targets. These mind flayers are tough bastards. Here we go. Destroyed. Time, guys. They're all in the middle. Nice. A couple of limit breaks never hurt anyone, except for you. Time to thin the herd, starting with the dwarf, perhaps. Transmuted traitor. God, look at these designs. Defend Lamet at all costs. You just stand in a line of fire. Killed, bro. Dude. Old hail Lord Tadric. Channeling a vast quantity of ether, whatever he's preparing, we cannot let him finish. You heard Lamet, we have to stop him. Well, I'm getting there. Dead. I just went down to no health. What happened there? Tadric was still casting his thing, so that wasn't him. I just got annihilated. What happened there? God, that's pretty painful. It's interesting when you have to like figure out a mechanic in a thing and then there's no checkpoints within the solo duties, you just have to do it again. It'd be a little bit demoralizing. We shall go again. basically just don't get hit by it, and then you won't die. And then you battle this dude until he dies, because he can't cast his thing in time. Get out of here. Nice. First try. Meddlesome wretch. This kingdom is by rights mine. Brandon, what is the meaning of this? Tadric, you. But why? After serving us faithfully for so many years. I am no servant. No servant, not of your mother or father, or you. Oh, shit. My lady. Gods damn you. That's the worst final blow he could have done. She's gonna become one of those things. Lady Soldia, speak to me. Brandon, my dear, brave Brandon, am I your princess still? Would you honor your vows, even now? Now and ever after, my lady. My sword is yours to command. Yeah. This is gonna be good because, grandson has his whole thing about what he had to do to kill his love that was converted into a Sin Eater, and we're going to be witnessing Brandon needing to do the same for Soldia as well, which is why he does this seemingly automated task as a Sin Eater. That is well. Would that I had the strength to wield it myself. Steel your heart, brave Brandon, for the good of vber and her people. No, 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 I cannot, I will not. Honor your vows to your kingdom, to your princess. I really forget how big those hands are until you see them hold a small hand. Damn. To your friend, who never doubted you, who knew that you would return and see justice. Justice. No, it should be me. Brandon, my sword. now and ever after. Very dramatic sound effect. Ooh. But we're the only ones who can experience that echo, so I guess we can only tell grandson about it. We've rounded up the rest of Tadric's co-conspirators and tossed them in the jail. The one who hadn't been corrupted by his magics, that is. Tadric really said, if I can't have this kingdom, then no one can. I will not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Brandon. Well, you saw what happened. Wicked White. She begged him to do it, like Melinda. Come, let us quit this place and return to Pla Emi. That's right. As soon as I saw that she was going to transform, I'm like, that's the plot thread. That's how you reach the empathy through the vengeance. We're not so different, you and I. To Pla Emi. You know why I entered into the royal family's service many long years ago? Because when I was attacked by a wild beast which nearly tore me to shreds, it was Lady Soldia who came to my rescue. She saved me, and that is a debt that can never be repaid, for there is naught in this world which holds greater value than life itself. Not even her death absolves me of it, so I must always first consider her wishes, her desires, what she would want for me and her kingdom, for Brandon, and yes, even for you, grandson. For me. To define oneself in opposition to the other, and other bereft of complexity of nuance, wholly devoid of redeeming qualities. A villain. Indeed, there is comfort in certainty and hatred. But it is a false and fleeting comfort. Bought with lies we tell ourselves about who we are, what we must be, what we must do, and never you mind the cost, if anything. The more we offer up in sacrifice, the better. Do you not see? Brandon was right to hesitate, to doubt. The unwavering blade cares not whom it serves, nor it cuts. I think I need a moment. Perhaps you do as well. Leave us for now, Omega. I'll do a lap of the place, and then I'll come back. Clearly these are usually spaced out by a couple of levels. Okay. You guys ready for me to continue now? Thank you. To have loved and lost. Level 80. This seems like it would be the ending, considering more experience, materia, and level 80. So Ul is eager to hear what grandson has to say. Let's finish this tank role quest for Shadowbringers then. Grandson, I've given you ample time to consider the path that has brought you here, and where it invariably leads all who walk it. I didn't know what to do after I lost Melinda, how to mourn her, or how to live. I felt that if I put it all on to Chaosine, put my everything into the hunt, that at least I wouldn't have to think about myself or what comes next. I wanted to hollow myself out and fill up that hole with hate, forget who I was. And irony of ironies, that's just what the poor bastard tried to do to himself a century too, isn't it? History repeats itself. Hard men making hard choices. What rot. Hold on to Melinda and the memories you shared. Let that love guide you. You're right. I don't need the hate. Never did. I'll finish it for Melinda and for Brandon. And then I'll move on. Move on, you say? I can't live off hate. Shouldn't have made it this far, frankly. And the more I try to reach for it, the more I find sorrow, pity. Curse, not fate, but mourn her victims. Remember the dead as they lived. Aye, something like that. Reckon Omega would agree. And Melinda, if she were here, probably slap me a dozen times and call me a bloody fool for acting the way I have. Or maybe you've been thinking about doing that in her stead, eh? Yes. Apologies for treating you with such disrespect before, Sulul. I'd like to claim I finally understand what you've been trying to tell me all this time, but I'm still getting my head around it. Recognizing your faults is the first and most important step. I will tell you what I know of the claws of Orthus. The ring, together with the bracelet and choker, were 3 relics passed down through the royal family over generations, signifying the owner's right to rule. Princess Soldia was the last of her line, and after her death, they were stored in a sanctuary for safekeeping. However, a year ago, a band of thieves learned of its existence. The ones who stole the fangs and eyes of Orthus. Yes, the relics were concealed with magical wards. I can only presume that once they were spirited away, the Chaosine was then able to sense their presence. Even in death, slave to duty, you said. Do you think he pursued the thieves out of an instinctive loyalty to his princess? That I do. After all, he was content to leave them be so long as they remained hidden. Only 2 of them were taken, and the 3rd is still... Claim the claws of Orthus and he will surely come for you, yes. Tim Gaius is where you must go. Once you arrive at the place I marked in your map, cast this powder into the air. Glamour will fade, and you will see the chest with the ring. The rest is up to you. Thank you, Sulul. I promise we will bring your friend peace. With me, sinner. We're going to go and defeat one of the previous Warriors of Darkness, but as a light water. Or a Sin Eater, sorry. May you find peace as well, child. So many buzzwords that I have to remember. You ever get curious about the rooftop? Like, what's the roof of this place look like? It looks like that. And off we go. So today I've learned that doing the role quests instead of Shadowbringers makes everybody stop watching the stream, sadly. Everybody vanished. Tank role quest is not very exciting, apparently. I think it's great. I'm just talking about the overall viewership. We have dropped a little bit. By a little bit, I mean, ooh, level sync, to have loved and lost. You toss the powder into the air, and as it slowly settles to the earth's twinkling motes of light, the coffer begins to take shape. Here we go. There's a few things in there. That's right. I've got... There's a lot of role quest fans in the Final Fantasy community. All 10 of them. This must be the claws of Orthus. All that's left is to decide when and where we want to confront the Eater. I don't think we get to decide. It's literally like, okay, you picked up the stolen treasure, you die now. Or we could deal with it here and now, speak of the devil and he shall appear. Hey there, old man. I don't know you, you don't know me. But I know your story. I know this isn't you, and I know that if Lady Soldia was here, she'd say the same thing. It'll all be over soon, I promise you. Double Dark Knight, let's go. We have the most appropriate tank role for this quest. Come, let's put the poor bastard out of his misery. Great music. Did he do that? Brand of Sin. Ooh. Okay. Ah. Well, that's hardly fair. Hold on, sinner. Oh god, he's trapped me in a thing. Grandson of the Mortal Blade. This is surprisingly complicated. Still with me? God damn, Paladin go crazy. God. I'm like, hello? Should have done Living Dead, but then getting healed to full might not be possible. Let's do that again. Dying a few times in our tank roll quest. Again. This time with heart. Come on, not again. Is it my turn or yours, though? Yeah, you this time. You're standing in the front. Why did you specifically take that attack? Here we go. Grandson almost dying. Defeated. Damn Eater. Let him go. He's not your bloody puppet. Oh, and it's just the broken crystal. Finally. You watching, Melinda? Now and ever after, my lady Soldia, my sword is yours to command. Brandon, you're still in there. I'll not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Wait, is he trapped in the memory still? You're wrong, Brandon. That's not what she would want. Let go of your anger. Let go of her. Ooh, this is different. But that would make me lesser in your eyes, wouldn't it? To shoulder a burden that need not be mine. No. I will not forsake compassion and love. I will not dishonor your memory. No, my lady Soldia. He's gone. And with that, 3 treasures of the royal family are reunited. Now we've just got to find a place to stick them so that no scavenger ever stumbles upon them again. Least we can do for the princess and her knight, am I right? Maybe Sul Ul will have some ideas. Let's head back to Pliany. Just a couple of dark nights saving the world. Very nice. Let us return. Is not the final quest step, though. What else awaits us? because it's what the crystal represents, Scribbles. It is done. Brandon has been laid to rest. You saw us when we arrived. Do you really have to ask? No, I suppose not. Oh, my dear friend, I pray you have found peace. And what of you, grandson? Has the turmoil in your heart subsided at last? Aye, I suppose so. And to be honest, it felt like I made my peace with him before we even fought. Because you finally saw him for what he was and accepted the truth into your heart. The battle was but an afterthought. Ha! Easy for you to say. You didn't have to cross blades with the bloke. By the way, I brought you some gifts. The 3 royal relics of vber. Then Brandon was safeguarding both the bracelet and the choker. Now it's your turn to look after the whole lot. That's what Lady Soldia and her knight would have wanted, I reckon. Yes, of course. That their souls may sleep soundly forevermore. We shall enshrine these relics for all eternity. Now that that's settled, I suppose we should be on our way. There's a detour I'll have to take, but afterwards I'd like to speak with you back at the usual spot in the Crystarium. Be well, Sulul. Well, Minfilia sent them back here to obviously help her out in halting the flood. So not just to die, but for sacrifice. For the greater good. I think that one has a bright life ahead of him, if you can find the strength to overcome such terrible tragedy that he did. As have you on no few occasions, I'm sure. It has been a pleasure, Omega. Do visit me should you ever yearn to hear an old fool prattle on and on. Or Big, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for the kind words. Metal Gear Rising was a fun time. Hope you enjoyed it. We return to the Crystarium. And so, with that one, we have the ending of the tank roll quest for Shadowbringers. Well met, Sinner. Glad to see you made it back safe and sound. Having returned to where it all began, I can't help but think back to when I first came here, thinking only of Decay Sign and my revenge. I was so wrapped up in my own personal affairs that I didn't realize I was only pushing others away. Glenard was the only one who saw through the facade. He's a perceptive one, aye. Took one look at me when I got back and broke into a smile. But enough about him. I have yet to thank you properly, Omega. I owe you so much for sticking with me to the end. So what's next for you, sinner? Good question. Can't say I feel at home here or in Wright or anywhere else, so I might spend some time on the road. I may not be as skilled a fighter as you, but I reckon I'm better than most. There's always someone in need of a reliable sword hand. Linda would want me to use my talents for a noble purpose, and helping folks in need fits the bill. Hells, isn't this what Brandon and his comrades wound up doing in the end? So, let's not call it a goodbye. Let's just say, until the next hunt. We shall see how we go, if he's gonna show up later. Wheresoever you go, may you find shade, sinner. Stop calling me that. It's never gonna stick. I said it back to you as a joke. See you, space cowboy. I get all 3 of the materials. How nice. Perfect timing for a level up there. My victory theme players. There you go. So that was the tank role quest for Shadowbringers. Very, very nice. Doing that all in one go is satisfying, of course. We've now reached past the level cap of Shadowbringers. Oh my god. Thancred has a task for you in Paradise Fallen. So, here's some dream powder. We're administering it to the enthralled to keep them calm until they can receive proper attention. I'd appreciate it if you could assist with this task. Now, those affected are scattered all over the city. I suggest starting your search at the derelicts and working your way up. When you're done, be sure to let Reen know. No more roadblocks, you say? Mobius will invite me to the party any second. Oh, Lord Vauthry, you are my daily Meol. Hey, yeah. Go to sleep. Be able to do clan nutsy. So they just call me Sinner if I'm a Dark Knight? Is that what the problem is here? No, they just call me Sinner. I was wrong. The nickname is sticking. No! Anything else, please? Morality words are flipped thing. Yeah, similar how they say, may the night take you and all of that stuff that is like, darkness is good. Yeah, I don't like being called a sinner. It's just as a nickname. It just doesn't work. Squishy. Squishy. Yeah, sneeze. It's puppy time. Logan's gonna game. Tap them keys. Ejecting. Okay, let me find this person. Exactly. Eventually we get puppy time. Amiable maiden. Ah, it hurts. Please, Lord Vauthry, take away the pain. Oh, the kind soul who helped me in falling to my death. My mistress, she's been injured. Please help her, I beg you. Hiya! What is this? She's sleeping. The medicine to help her rest while she waits treatment, you say? Oh, thank you so much. When she began acting strangely, I didn't know what to do. Go to sleep. Teleporting all over the place. Must stop. Trespassers, sullying our paradise. Pocket sand. Where did you fly to, my sweet canary? I can speak with rain. Oh, there you are, Omega. I've just finished aiding this man. Now for the next one. More out in the derelicts and below, you say? So many of them. Minfilia entrusted this power to me. I won't rest until I've helped everyone. I'll go and see to the wounded. I'm not carrying all of them up here. I'm sure Alphino and Alice would appreciate the help. And should you find other enthralled citizens, please see that they are brought to me. Okay. Oh, nice. I don't have to go and do anything about it. It's a cutscene.
You're going to be all right.
I think that's the last of them.
We've done all we can for the wounded. As for the rest...
Some familiar faces?
Aren't you Alphino? The painter boy? What in the world is going on? Did something happen to us?
Let me handle this. Citizens of Eulmore, what I'm about to tell you will come as a shock. Indeed, you may be loath to believe it, but if you trust the evidence of your senses, it is my hope that you will listen and accept the truth, unpalatable though it may be. Vauthry is a sin-eater, Everything he offered, everything he promised, was a lie.
He made you eat Meol. That's light water and shit.
They're not taking it well, and who could blame them?
Are you saying we were Vauthry's puppets all this time?
When you attacked us, you were not yourselves. That much is true. But your conduct prior to that moment was your own. Vauthry's unnatural charisma does not absolve you of all responsibility.
Oof.
Of your own free will, you came to this city and gave yourselves over to its pleasures. And in the course of this, if you mistreated those less fortunate than you, then that too was of your own free will. It is not for me to judge you, but for your victims, for history, for your conscience.
Damn.
You have dreamed a twisted dream, but now you are awake. You may yet share this world of ours. Join with us and each other, that we might begin anew. We've lost so many already. We dare not lose any more. I have said my piece. My thanks for giving me the chance. There is nothing more to be done here. Let us go after Vauthry.
Is there anything we can do to help? You risked your lives to bring us to our senses, and I, for one, hope to repay that debt. Begin anew, as you said.
Vauthry has fled to Mount Gulg, and we mean to pursue him. Do any of you know the way?
The only way to Mount Gulg is over the Bright Cliff. Have you an airship?
Once upon a time.
We will contemplate flight only as a last resort. Were we to come under attack whilst airborne, we would have little hope of defending ourselves. If at all possible, we would prefer to travel by land. Is there a way?
Well, the ladder is the only way up and down the cliff, but it hasn't moved in a long time. In the old days, it was operated by the mining folk who lived at the top. After the flood, it saw less and less use, and when Lord Vauthry took control, it was abandoned altogether.
Posh, elderly voice.
So we somehow need to get the ladder working again.
It moves by means of a talos, if that's any help. But good luck repairing that.
Talos? Did someone say Talos? You know all about them, don't you, dearest? If anyone can get this lift moving, it's you.
Well, perhaps. But see here.
Oh, yes. If you want the golem restored, you may leave it to my husband. For he happens to be the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, foremost makers of Talos, whose contracts include the renowned mining venture of Armoreng.
It's been years and years since I had anything to do with it. I can't just pick up a hammer and set to work.
Yes, you can.
You can't?
No, that's not what I... It's just... All right, I will take a look at the Talos. But beyond that, I make no promises. Those with strong backs, come with me. I'll need help dragging the damn thing out of the storehouse.
Well done, brother.
Come, my friend. We have work to do.
Hell yeah. We only use flight as last resort, guys. We don't hop into the magic flying car and head upstairs in the inoperable ladder. Never. We would never do that, and we would restore a Talos before we ever did something like that. That speech was so good. Again, like, the writing and dialogue in this game is so strong. Incredible. The ladder. Level 78. The ladder is situated to the north and west of Right. Let us make our way there, Omega. That's good. I've never been there before. Lovely. Alright, we'll speak with Urianger in the bottom rung. And that's where we're going to bring it to a close for today, everybody. I think that brings us to a nice little natural stopping point, moving into a new story area after completing this, and then going through all of the tank role quest as well. I'm very much looking forward to tomorrow's stream, so we'll be streaming tomorrow, same time, so not as much of a wait, and we'll be pushing through with a focus on the Shadowbringers storyline. So much appreciated for your company and support today. Thank you so very much for watching. I really enjoyed the Shadowbringers story that we got to see today, as well as our first role quest. I'll be eagerly awaiting this repairing the ladder situation as we can check out a new part of the world, and we'll see what happens after we pursue Vauthry to Mount Gugger. It'll be a fun time. I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you.